is stellar. We don't disagree. We don't agree on wheel tax, and we don't disagree. We don't agree on pay for parks, and we don't agree on senior center funding. Other than that, I agree with the county executive on a good many things, and he agrees with us on a good many things. But again, for me to sit down and say I 100% agree with everybody, I have colleagues who I have the most respect for, and department heads who I don't agree with 100%.
That's right.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. You can see, answer questions. She did. Just like it off. All right. So Sylvia, you're going to start with this next question. Okay. How are you going to make this position viable and accessible since it's been cut to part-time?
Well, thank you, Tammy, for that question. Well, I am a single person and I don't have any children. I have 3 little fur babies. And so the community, I am committed and dedicated to being a full-time public servant all the time. The pay is fine for me, so it's really a good fit for our community. I look forward to serving our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. So obviously, I made the commitment that I was going to continue to work full-time when the pay went to part-time, and I have done that. I work for the county during the day, and then I have an evening job which provides for myself and for my children. Yeah. I'm very proud to have been a single mom and to raise what I consider to be 3 stellar children, and now have 3 grandchildren. Woohoo. And Elias is supposed to be my cheerleader, but he's sleeping. And so, again, I'm not going to say that it's been easy, but it has been a transition. But I feel like I have a very good handle on the role of a part-time county supervisor. It has been, again, for me, it's been full-time, especially as the chair of finance. But it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make because I love my community, and I do believe that I'm doing good things for my community. I have 100% attendance for 14 years at county board meetings. So I've never missed a full county board meeting, and my attendance for committee meetings is 98%. And so over 14 years, I believe that's a stellar record, and I don't believe that you can question my commitment on that. In addition to other duties that I perform for the county. Thank you very much for the question.
We're running out of time here before closing remarks. We're going to ask one more question. There seemed to be some confusion in our question about funding, individual or group funding, top funding contributors, and why you accepted the money. So we're going to revisit that issue if you want to respond to individual donors and group donors.
Good job.
My answer hasn't changed, so I have accepted the maximum amount of PAC money, which is $1,015.50 for our district from the MTEA, which is the Teachers Association in Milwaukee. And I have accepted $500 from Samira Assad, who is the business owner in our district. And I have also accepted $500 from Gary and Sally Springer. Again, they run a new home health care. Sally Springer actually saved family care in Milwaukee County. And she did that the very first board meeting I ever attended. She followed me to the bathroom and she said, you can't let them do this. And so from there, she's mentored me again in the Department on Aging and Disability and how it works at the state level. And I've been very grateful for her mentorship. And she believes that I am the right person to be in this position, and that's why she supports me with her time and her money.
Thank you. Also, my answer hasn't changed as well. The biggest donors that I've had are John Brennan, who is my father's business partner. I've known him for many years, and he believes in me. And also former Alderman James Okoviak, who's known me for many years and also believes I am the best person for this position. And I've received no group outside money. Thank you.
Just put it right here.
Thank you. We are going to have the closing remarks at this time. So you will each have 3 minutes to do that. And
we're starting with Sylvia. Well, first I want to thank everyone who's been by my side in this campaign. Everyone who's donated their time, money, energy, knowledge, wisdom, and support. And I have the support of a great many people over the district, community stakeholders, business owners, community activists, organizers, and quite frankly, some of them have become like a big sister to me. And they know that I will put my community first and they advocate for the 12th district, and this will be my primary job before anything else. I am getting the support of so many people in the district because they know I'll be present for them, because I have been. And they know that I will overcome obstacles because I have demonstrated that. And I will always be a champion for the South Side and never choose another job over the needs of our neighbors. I want to bring our strong Latin work ethic to this office and fight to preserve and expand our vital services. I want to fight the heroin crisis head-on with community-based solutions. I want to boost voter turnout and civic engagement while balancing the budget and fixing the domes. Because it's the right thing to do, and it's what our county supervisors should do. And I will not simply coast by on the county board doing the bare minimum. I want to do much, much more than that. And I'm asking for the opportunity to serve this district and fight to get what we deserve. All my life I've been taught that it is our responsibility to ensure that we take care of the most vulnerable people in our community. Our seniors, our homeless, our veterans, our youth, our disabled, those with mental illness, those in poverty, and those struggling with addiction. And that's what moves me. And it saddens me to see the great need and the suffering of our neighbors, and I just have to do something about it. I'm a leader that is dedicated, committed, accessible, visible, and dependable. I will work hard to ensure public safety and fight for the most responsible way to spend your hard-earned tax dollars while providing needed, vital services to the most vulnerable people in our communities. And that will be a priority. I am humble, hardworking, and I listen because I understand that everyone has value and everyone's voice matters. I will bring a renewed sense of teamwork to the county board and to the neighborhood. All leaders have to lead by example, and I will do just that. We need leaders that are diplomatic and can work together to find solutions to the problems we face. I will not seek fights. Instead, I will act like an effective leader and seek solutions. As county supervisor, I will make it a priority to have safe neighborhoods and parks, economic stability, and sustainable growth. It's time for a fresh start. Our community is ready to have a newly elected representative in April, and soon it'll be your chance to cast your ballot for just that. I'm out of time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And again, I appreciate SOC and your staff for putting together this forum. I have a 14-year track record of being a voice for those that don't have a voice, and I am very proud of that. We have not lost any vital services in the 12th district. In fact, we have increased services. I've increased public safety. I've increased park amenities and have increased transit routes. And these are all things that I have done because I've listened to you, my neighbors. We do not have an increase in the wheel tax because I listen to you, my neighbors.
Thank you.
I am not a voice that's been bought or paid for. I have run a clean campaign. I have stuck to the issues, and I will continue to stick to the issues. And again, I am proud of the record that I have to stand on. I've been a voice for the homeless, for immigrants, and for my neighbors. I have 100% attendance record for the county board, for full county board meetings. We have anchors in each one of our parks: Walker Square Neighborhood Association, Journey House, the Clark Square Initiative. These are all things that I have worked hard to be able to put into place, and we have more things to come in the future. I sponsored the legislation that created the Domes Task Force because I know that it's something that's very important to our neighbors, and we will continue to work on it. We do not have deferred maintenance at the domes. They're a very, very unique structure that requires us to kind of go to move along as we can, because there's no other structure in the United States that are like them. And so the maintenance that we've had after the Falk explosion, you know, we didn't know how the domes would stand up. And so again, we have work to do, but I'm very excited about the options that I'll offer you on Wednesday night, and I look forward to hearing your ideas as a community. I have fought for District 12 on the county board, and I will continue to fight. I have never backed down from doing what's right for my district, and I won't start now. Again, I'm very proud of my track record. I'm proud of the people that I'm able to represent, and I'm proud of all of the little people who have a voice, because I sit on the Milwaukee County Board of Supervisors. I'm in a leadership role, and I think that part of that leadership role is because my colleagues have placed their faith in me. So first county board chair is voted on by my colleagues. I also have the endorsement of more than half of my colleagues on the county board, and I believe that's a testament to the job that I've been doing. I'm endorsed by Congresswoman Gwen Moore, who I've worked with. I'm endorsed by a number of state representatives and state senators who I've worked with, and I cross party lines, whatever needs to be done in order to get things accomplished. Thank you.
Thank you. Woo! That's right.
Before we close out the evening, I want to remind you of some of the things I shared in the beginning, in case some of you were on Southside time and got here a little later.
You know.
Tomorrow, if you've not heard, there are plans to close the only Social Security office on the near south side, the Mitchell branch. It's been a fast process, and a process that has not included community voice. And so we want to urge you to join the other residents and the other elected officials and other organizations fighting against this very unacceptable decision. So tomorrow at 6:30 at the new Mitchell Street Library, we will be joining Alderman Perez, other elected officials, and the rest of the community on stopping the closure of the Social Security office on the south side. In case you didn't hear, their plans are to close that office as of the 22nd of March. There are 2,200 people who go there every month. Half of those, as was stated earlier, are residents of our district, and half of those are people from other areas nearby, because the quality of services there is so great. And they announced the closure based on the building not being safe, but they've been there for forever. So it didn't make sense to us when we met with them the week before last on a Thursday. And they said it was a safety issue and that they could not find another building on the south side to move to, despite the mayor and our Alderman Perez offering the Forest Home Library. And that has nothing to do with the permanent decision to close it, and we didn't get an answer for that. And as of that Thursday, not this past Thursday, but the Thursday before, they hadn't informed any of the people who use that office that they were closing. So you need to show up tomorrow, because one of the other things they decided to do was not allow a community forum about it.
I don't know.
And so your voice has to be heard, and we're going to try to lift it as much as we can. Congresswoman Moore has requested the Inspector General to look into this decision. They have, the Inspector General has accepted that challenge and has already sent a letter to the